Wednesday girl.
Wednesday girl.
That's right.
Monday girl.
Thank you. Monday girl here.
Are we going? Are we ready? Lovely to see you. Please introduce yourselves and the characters you play in Bridgerton. Starting with you, Golda, because you're at the top of my screen.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Golda Rosheuvel and I play Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton.
It's Adjoa Andoh here, and I play Lady Danbury.
Okay, I mean, do you know what? I've been trying to resist that I love Bridgerton. I'm too hardcore for this. It's just so engaging. I'm riveted and everything. And you know, the modern woman that I am today, I'm trying not to be caught up by all the drama and flounciness, but I am. And
surrender.
I'm surrendering. I'm reluctantly surrendering.
We're gonna pull you in, baby. We're gonna pull you in.
You really have. I have to admit to myself. But for you guys, what when you reflect on the reception that Bridgerton has had, at what point was it be like, nah, this is long lasting and this is probably going to get more seasons than this first foray into it? What was the point where you're like, this is a hit, this is good, we're in a good position here? Either of you can take that.
Yeah, I think for me, it's kind of now we're able to discuss with people in person, discuss with journalists and stuff, and kind of getting out there and seeing humanity kind of going, oh my God, I love your show. As we've said, we were in lockdown when it first came out. And for me, it was this kind of weird thing that was happening somewhere else. Social media, yes, I'm on social media. My followers went from 20 followers to now 54,000 people. So in that respect, it was like, wow, okay, something has happened here. But I could turn that off. Do you know what I mean? So there was never any... Because we weren't going out there, we weren't doing the interviews, we weren't kind of walking the streets in the get-up. You know what I mean? It wasn't hitting us. It wasn't hitting me as it might have done, And I think only now that the world is opened up and season 2 is coming, and you guys have seen it, and we're getting some really amazing responses. I think it's only now that I'm going, okay, I knew something was happening, but now it actually is.
I think for me, I sort of a bit like Golda, it landed on Christmas Day. We were all in our pajamas, not seeing our family.
Yeah.
I think, like, just in terms of human interaction, my family in Ghana got excited. My brother in Inglewood in LA was like, yeah, it's going well in the hood. And I live in Brixton, and a guy across the road, I was walking out to my car and he was like, yeah, that show. And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, you did the show. And I went, Bridgerton, yeah. And I was like, okay. And he was, yeah, it's good.
It's good.
And he walked off. And it was like, okay, it's, when somebody says 85 million households around the world, there aren't 85 million individual people on this island. So that sort of number I couldn't get my head around. But when somebody, a cousin in Ghana says, oh, everyone's talking about it here, or my brother, in the States, or the guy across the road, then it sort of makes it manageable chunk. Yeah. And Golda, what were you saying the other day about it's a local newspaper in Australia?
Yeah, you're on the front. Yeah. It's the weirdest thing. My cousin in Australia sent me this picture of her local newspaper. It's not like the national one, like the Times or the Guardian. Her local newspaper. It's not like the national one, like the Times or the Guardian. Her local newspaper has a picture of me on the front of it as Queen Charlotte, and it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
How far is this reaching?
Yeah.
What is this about? God, This is so exciting. It's incredible.
And I think me and G have also both had that thing where young, kids girls and boys send us photographs dressed as the Queen or Lady Danbury or just another beautiful person in the court. And it's like, that wasn't available to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful for these kids, this generation, to go, oh, were we in that history? Yes, you were. Go and look it up. I know you only do Tudors and the Nazis, but other things did happen in history. You know, and for them to feel they can dress up and have ownership is amazing.
No, it is amazing. They're wrapping up my time, and I thought I had longer with you guys. So I'm going to try and condense my last question. So you touched on us existing in history. I think I go back and forth about placing us in period dramas and basically showing us in upper echelons and showing that we were in the elites, in elite communities. However, I would hate for the truth of what was going on in the Americas, Africas and Caribbean to be kind of glossified over. So there's elements of that. And was there any concerns about that, even though it is a fun show? However, that we have to remember that.
Okay.
And secondly, just to squash that in, both of you have got such legacy careers on stage and screen. And, you know, those of us who have loved your work as from the UK and as Black women, especially watching Black women on screen ascend in their careers, are these roles something that really like, oh my God, after all the work, these are the roles that we've landed that kind of not validate, but kind of like the freedom in the roles and the difference of being in a role like this? How does that feel? I'm sorry, it's a long conversation.
I'll take the first part, G, you take the second part.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what I would say is, yes, we were there in history, the history of slavery, because that's what you're referring to, and colonization. There were 20,000 free African heritage people in London alone in Regency, England. Well, we know that's about the War of Independence and that's about slavery. So we are there in numbers. Women from the Caribbean who bought themselves out of slavery by their own brilliance and business acumen often were married, were seized upon by impoverished British aristocratic nobles who married them legit for their money. So we were really there, and Queen Charlotte really did exist. She was, you know, her inheritance was Alfonso III of Portugal and an African woman, probably from the Royal Kingdom of Benin. I'm talking fast. You know, so those things are true. Legacy actors.
Yeah, you know, in terms of this role being the role that, you know, is at the top of the mountain, I think we have to be realistic. And I think both Adjoa and I are veteran actors, and we've been at the top of the mountain on many occasions, you know, depending on where your level is. Yes, this moment is beautiful and joyous, and I am relishing it to all its glory. You know, I'm so proud to be playing a Black queen in this amazing show. It's definitely, I don't class myself as a political person at all, but the work that I do has to speak of something. And I think, you know, both for me and Adj, our work speaks for something. But we're working, jobbing, grafting actors, and we are very aware of the dips and the troughs and the highs and the lows of this industry, and are very realistic about it.
We want more tree. We want there to be more tree. And also, you know, Shonda Rhimes, this is her show. We need more people of color in blah, 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 making decisions, commissioning work, producing work, all of that stuff. The wider the field commissioning, the wider the storytelling that you will get.
Yeah, I thank you so much, guys. And you've convinced me. I'm a fan and I love your work anyway. I love you too anyway. And I hope to see you soon tonight.
Yeah, beautiful to see you, babe.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.